And we're back.
And we're back.
And we're back.
And
We're back. Back we are.
We're back.
We're back.
Yeah. All right, what's going on, guys? Team Garage here. We got almost a full house. We got almost the full crew on board right now. We're going to do our tier list for the Set 3 Twilight of the Republic leaders. What are we thinking? Who's going to be the best? And why is it Boba Fett?
Wait. Yeah, add him in. You should have a Boba Fett tier, to be honest.
Yeah, you should. He has his own tier. Like,
a Boba Fett tier.
0. That's like S+ tier.
Do we? Should we just talk about the one right away that we all think? Yeah.
There we go. This is probably going to be the only one there too.
What are the effects again? I forgot.
So her leader effect is you ignore the aspect penalty on all clone cards, and she comes out on 4. She's a 1/7, and then you still get to ignore the aspect penalty. And then she also has each friendly clone unit gains when defeated, heal 2 damage from your base.
I mean, I like her. I like she comes out on 4.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think she's going to be as good as everybody thinks. I do think being able to play Wrecker in a blue-green villain deck is pretty spicy, but
I think the deck has to be much more mid-range than like the typical blue-green control, because like when you play Wrecker, you're putting your resource down 1 turn. It's like you stay on 6 for 2 turns in a row. So it's like that sequencing where it's like Vader into Super Laser Blast into Snoke. That's like 1 more turn delayed because of Wrecker. So I think it has to be like much more mid-range, and also like I feel like it's pretty broken to just play like Tech and Wrecker and blue-green villainy, but she doesn't do anything like as a leader, you know.
She has no board impact.
That's why I don't think she's going to be that crazy.
So I feel like you'd have to like put more clones in there, and she might be the Rex deck. She might be the clone trooper deck. Like,
I think the bigger problem out of the 2 is probably Tech, because of just the late game moves that have been seen with Tech right now. Just like your resource row becomes online, and like if there's going to be a lot of discarding this set, which there is potential for that, I think Tech's going to be a lot more value in a control sphere. So
the fact that you could just put Tech also in the resource row, and he's still 4 because you ignore the aspect penalty. So it's like,
I think that's what makes this in like a blue-green villainy setup more dangerous than like Wrecker.
Yeah. My instinct is like maybe Entrenched goes in there, and then she's a 4/10 on 4. Wow. Just kills other units. I don't know. I feel like
I mean, the green-blue villain being able to play Tech is like, you know, they resource a lot of their big cards on the first few turns, and it hurts to see those become resources. But being able to play Tech and then like, my overwhelming barrage or my Vader that I couldn't play earlier, like all this is accessible to me again, because you end up going like 10 resources when you're playing those color combos.
Yeah. When you're not playing those aggro.
Right. Well, yeah, if you live. But I mean, it sounds like you might be able to live with the healing that she's got.
Yeah.
And man, this next set's got some aggro killers. That Pitfall card, whatever. I like it.
I was thinking something along the lines of like the In Defense at Camino, where like all your Republics gain Restore 2, and then when they die, they make a clone. Like if your first 4 turns are just making clones, and then you play that and like heal a bunch, make more clones, and then you can start playing the typical control stupid endgame. But with Vader, though, the thing is you throw off your ratios of like the cards you can pull with Vader. So it might just be all.
Probably gonna be just small on that. What else? There's probably some other big units that you just play in there instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I like the tech because, like, oh, I don't have a end game, but now I do because I just resourced my tech. You know, it's like, oh, I just have perfect curve, kind of like at the end game. Like pinch it, you know. But like, it's just kind of crazy how you can just like have an end game, you know, with just the tech.
Like you said about the Discord.
There's a lot of other
clones. It ignores them all. So like, because a lot of the clones coming out in this set are they're not villain or hero. They're just like base
mono.
So you can play like 5s in the deck, or the heavy, the one that blows up. I don't know if those are all worth it, but I mean, who knows? Maybe it's a deck of just clones, and you use the villain, you know, the Merciless Contest and Power of the Dark Side and all those cards.
Yeah, it's almost not as beneficial to like play hard control earlier in the early game because you're not setting up your flip turn as well. And then
feels kind of bad to ramp with a leader that comes out in 4 also.
Yeah,
it's where the first half of the game doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's S tier in my opinion. It could be A, but that's my thoughts.
Should we just I would put her at A?
Yeah, for sure. I think we'd be fine if we put her in B.
Let's leave her here now, and then like based upon where everyone else goes, she might move down.
Right.
Yeah. I might just crack into A.
So, should we go in order now? That's probably fine.
Yeah.
Ahsoki's.
What does she do?
That's Snips.
I think
it's crazy.
Really good. Yeah. So her leader ability, she's Red Hero. Her leader ability is you have to have Coordinate active. Okay. But then it's just tap, action, attack with a unit, it gets +1 attack. Mm-hmm. So you have to have 3 units on the board, but it does not cost anything. She comes out on 5. She's a 3/6 Force Jedi Republic, and then her ability is Coordinate. She gains +2 attack. So if Coordinate's active, if you have 2 other units, she's a 5/6 that comes out on 5.
Force
Jedi Republic, which are great traits.
I mean, a lot of what I was worried about making this was this set is going to change the game. Like, there's going to be so many more units out there, and it's really hard to evaluate Coordinate at this time. It's easy to evaluate Exploit, because Exploit kind of just feels like, okay, like you just sack them, but Coordinate feels like it's going to be a hard thing to pull off all the time correctly. You know, I feel like Coordinate is almost like a 50% of the chance it's going to work.
She's like the Sabine of the set, almost.
Yeah, it's
like she's like the load. Yeah, she's like the load of the ground.
What about aggro? Or what's her name? Asajj. Yeah, that's my S tier pick. Sabine of the set. But I
think her traits make her pretty broken, though.
Yeah, definitely the Jedi Force tag and the red, is going to make for that discard deck, you know?
Yeah, and I don't want a leader to be evaluated on if it can play this card and make it good, but 2 of them, Right.
Yeah, that's an insane card. I feel like there's 2 paths you take with Ahsoka. It's either yellow and you're really dropping a lot of the aggro board rush and you're just going in to just generate as much as possible, as quickly as possible, or you're moving the discard engine and playing blue.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it will just be how easy is it for someone because with her, the thing with her is like you're playing a coordinate deck, but they know it. You know what I mean? Like with some leaders, you might not know that they're playing a coordinate deck until it happens. But like with Ahsoka, it's so obvious that it's a coordinate deck, so that could be like the very obvious downfall of it, where you know if you're just playing one unit a turn, having to get to 5 and like have 2 units live before then in an aggro deck might be kind of hard.
But that's why I kind of like the mono white card drop in for 4, and you just drop 2 clone troopers for 4.
Yeah, on that.
And then you either that turn or the turn before. Like when I've been playtesting it, like you've got your single unit the first turn. Turn 2 is that 3 drop 2/1 that makes a clone trooper, and then you drop in. That's 3 clone troopers before your flip turn. That I don't know. There's the only card that I can really think of that's going to deal with that is Bloodsport, but that's hurting the ground game on your opponent's side too, which there isn't, like, there's not a lot of oops all space decks that are really competitive right now.
Yeah, there's definitely like there's definitely like some decks that won't be able to stop it. Like you'll just be like, okay, I'm just gonna have a great time. Like
strafing gunship.
Strafing gunship.
Yeah, it's like the set 1 yellow 4 drop in space. You can attack on the ground and they get a -2 attack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
fun card.
That's not even until 4. You're not attacking until the flip turn then.
She's a 3/6.
And it's already out of control.
Ahsoka. She dies to overwhelming barrage boba, so she's in G tier.
Then I think all of these might go in the future.
Okay, yep, all right. Video over.
Like that's the condition going forward. Like no, that's just there's 2 tiers. Like dies to Obi Boba, does not die to Obi Boba.
Yeah.
But then it's like, do they also have to come out on 5 to be competitive? Or 4.
Yeah, 5 or 4.
Jeez.
Ruthless.
She's cool. I don't think I think Ahsoka's pretty like a base, skill ceiling is here, and the Nala Se skill ceiling is way up here. You know what I'm saying? I do think she's like a base, better than IG, whatever his name was, right? Kind of the same abilities, but doesn't have 4 HP. Doesn't just die to Boba without overwhelming barrage. Excuse me.
Yeah, I'd have to see more, but I'd probably be sitting at B.
Feels good in like some testing right now, but yeah, I think the matchups are going to be real hard. I think like the decks that can just like blue green villain will be like a real bad matchup because they can just like
delete
power the one play and then like do something else to the other play.
Yeah,
I think a lot more cards are going to be stickier and going wide in this next set. So I think the anti-coordinate is actually going to be red, and red's going to be like popping all those little 1-cost or 1/1s.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah, well, even just that.
Bloodsport's brutal.
Yeah.
Bloodsport's brutal. Grenade strike.
Yeah,
that's the deal 2 to 1 and 1 to another.
Power.
Yeah, unlimited power, which is like a total.
There's equalize and double blue. That just takes out 2.
Yeah. Well, we know that.
We know that.
All right, so we're good with her here.
Yeah.
She'll probably be like the top of B for me.
Yeah, I feel like she's like kind of like Rey, where like she got some cool stuff and like very consistent, and like you can change how you play it. I feel like it's kind of similar.
All right, Sky Guy, Anakin Skywalker, the Chosen One. All right, so he's a red hero as well. His leader ability is action, tap, deal 2 damage to your base, attack with a unit, If it's attacking a unit, it gets +2 for this attack. He comes out on 6. He's a 4/7. He has Overwhelm, and he gets 1 +1 attack for every 5 damage on your base.
Comes out on 6. Womp womp.
I think it's C.
Comes out on 6.
I think it's C for
stats.
chosen one.
Womp womp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he there might be something good there with just blue hero, where the blue hero units have chunky butts, and so he can beef them up. With Anakin, R2 is a 3/4 if he's attacking another unit, so he's trading with the most powerful turn 1 play in the game, which is probably Battlefield Marine, and still living. So
Yeah.
but so what if you have 30 HP, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25? You could get +5 attack if you have 5 HP left.
So he goes up to
be
a 9.
9/7 on 6.
You best be closing out the game.
Pride.
There's probably circumstances where they've just done all their stuff they claim, and then you flip Anakin, you're boom, 9 damage.
Yeah, no, I think him having Overwhelm and the ability to go really tall with his power makes him I don't know, a play in the late game. Where,
he's
not
a win con.
Right, and I don't know, turn 6, it's kind of tough. You might lose before you even can summon him. But he's juicy. He's got the same tags as Ahsoka.
He does. Yep, Force Jedi Republic.
It feels super glass cannon-y if you're not pairing with Restore.
Yeah. I feel he has to be blue.
Because you gotta run
attacking with
But if it was
Yoda.
yellow, then he could surprise strike for 12 Overwhelm.
Egregious.
You best hope they don't have 13 health.
Yeah.
Or you flip on turn 7 and you overwhelming barrage him.
No, you need much more resources than that. Unless you're playing green, then yeah, you can.
I think Anakin sits right next to Ahsoka.
Yeah.
And I think he can be either side of her. Yeah.
Yeah, he's back.
Okay.
But you know who's going in front of her?
Obi-Wan? Are we talking?
We're doing Obi-Wan next, because we have to.
All right, what's Obi-Wan do?
So Obi-Wan is a blue hero. His action is tap to heal 1 damage from a unit. Doesn't cost anything. He flips on 6.
Pretty nice.
4/7, same stats as Anakin. He's a Force Jedi and Boba. He's a Force Jedi Republic, same traits. He is Sentinel, and on attack, heal 1 damage from a unit. If you do, deal 1 damage to a different unit.
I like him. I think the Sentinel is huge. Coming out on 6 and having Sentinel is it almost takes away that it comes out on 6, just because it's a instant board presence, and it's an instant problem your opponent has to deal with that they can't just oh, whatever, I'm going base.
So also a leader with Sentinel, so it's
and so
things.
The only other one is Chewbacca, right?
Yep.
I think so, yeah. So comparing it to Chewie, a lot of people are oh, well, Chewie is a leader with Sentinel and Blue Hero, but he is not.
Comes out a turn later, doesn't have Jedi Force tag.
That's the thing. The 6 resource turn is so important in all decks. That's when big swings happen. Is the 6, and so I think the fact that he comes out 1 turn earlier than Chewie makes him much more viable. And then he has the Force trait, which is obviously probably the best trait.
I think he makes the old Chewbacca deck, the old Chewbacca Sentinel deck, so much better. So much better. Like that deck was honestly scary back in the day, and it just gives a little bit of speed to that deck.
Yeah,
it's exactly what that deck has wanted to do. Just a little bit better.
Yeah,
I think he goes an A. I think he's an A.
Chewy, I'll put him in A. I'll put him. He's my boy. I'll put him in S tier.
I definitely think he's at least an A.
And the fact that like Chewy's like the only turns where you weren't playing a unit that already had Sentinel was like the first turn with Chewy. Like all the other units had Sentinel basically, like the Cloud City guy and then like Obi-Wan and stuff like that. Where in this deck you're still playing the guys with Sentinel, but then you can heal them is the thing.
Yeah, for free. And I think on top of that, like that provides good like action economy. So like your opponent's stalling, you know, if they think you have like a rival's fall, and you could be like attack with my guy, deploy my leader, like heal something. So it just a free action. That's what's so good about it. It doesn't cost anything, so you can heal for free. Just have to have a guy to heal.
Yeah, and you know, Satine paired with Obi-Wan. I mean,
I'm gonna make my cards kiss.
And then like playing Obi-Wan Sentinel, and then flipping Obi-Wan Sentinel. Like, hey, which one do you want to kill?
Yeah.
There's great cards in blue that support it too.
Yeah, I think he's A. I think better out of the heroes that we've seen, the 3 Jedis. I think he's the best one for sure.
Are all the heroes Jedis? No, they're not. Most of them.
I don't know if I'm with you on that one. I'm a big Yoda believer right now.
Oh yeah. Well, we haven't talked Yoda yet.
Yeah.
I thought like I don't know.
We can talk about Yoda now. Yeah, we don't have to do an order. Good talk about Yodi. All right. Blue hero also, his leader ability is action. Action, it's free. It's action tap. If a unit left play this phase, draw a card, then put a card from your hand on the top or bottom of your deck. He comes out on 7. He is a Force Jedi Republic as well. He's a 4/9 with Restore 2. And when deployed, you may discard a card from your deck. If you do, defeat an enemy non-leader unit that costs the same as or less than the discarded card.
I think this is crazy. Because you just
really
play
like his leader ability,
Yeah.
The control is insane, and because you like this is a control leader, because you play a control card, then you tap his ability, craft your hand, and then get ready for the next turn.
The handcraft,
and then
crazy.
Yeah, I think like from what we've seen from like handcrafting cards like R2, who just goes in every deck because like that is such a good thing to have in this game. When your leader can do it. The only thing that's it's for free, but it's condition. The condition is
removal.
A unit
needed to leave play, so it's Boba Fett's same ability.
I mean, that happens quite often.
Yeah, I mean that's why Boba Fett's good. So
yeah, you might not need to like always do it. Like,
wait, is he a 4/7?
He's a 4/9.
Oh, hey, that's pretty nice.
Yeah. Overstated a little bit.
Yeah,
he is the vision. Overstated, I think. Yeah.
The vision I have with this one is blue. Is going double blue Yoda. You lean into the control, and then this is honestly where I might want to see Satine come in against the control mirror. And just be milling, because you've got a Yoda. Because then you've got Yoda out there. He's milling for 5.
Yeah.
If you've got Satine out there, and then you're playing all your other big. You're playing all your other big units, and you've got you know, you can have like redemptions or even go crazy and put in a Zillow Beast, just a one of in your deck. So when you flip Yoda, you can just pitch the Zillow Beast to defeat anything 9 or lower.
If you can choose which card, he's S tier.
Oh yeah, Dr. Afra says discard a card from your deck, so it is the top.
Oh, well, that's lame. But
I mean,
guess
it's
that's
still
why.
good because like you'll know, right? You should know what when
Yeah, if you're crafting and you're playing R2 in that deck for sure.
Yeah.
Big
I just think,
hero.
like, if with green too, if you got off like 1 resupply and you're playing a 4/9 on the 6th resource turn that has restore
heals too, yeah.
Yeah.
That's still
Scary.
big, yeah.
And you could also like pair it with Spark of Hope, the one where if one of your units was defeated, it becomes a resource.
Yeah.
So that just like works with Yoda's ability too, because you're going to be killing something anyway.
So we get to the turn the Yoda flip sooner a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like efficient too. It's only cost 2 for that resource, which is great.
Yeah.
It's very efficient.
So, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, probably A. I don't,
In the A.
I think
Yeah,
Obi-Wan
blue
might
is
have a
gonna be
beat out a
very
little bit.
strong.
Yeah.
Blue hero is going to come back.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Let's do Asajj Ventress.
S tier.
I'll be honest, I don't know what she does.
Me neither.
That's not
I just know she comes out on 4. I know she comes
Let me
out
look
on 4 and
Let me
So
read this real quick.
she is a yellow villain leader. Her action is to tap her, attack with a unit. If you played an event this phase, it gets +1 for this attack. Comes out on 4. She's a 3/4 Force Separatist Sith. On attack, if you played an event this phase, this unit gets +1 for this attack and deals combat damage before the defender.
yep. I think S tier.
I don't know. I think A tier. 4 HP on a leader on 4 is brutal.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal.
Oh yeah, for sure. But she's swinging
K2
in
gets
for
ACL into her and doesn't even die.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
rough.
you
like-
cry at that point.
yeah. Like,
Flip the table. Stupid kid.
I mean, it's
and
a pay 3 open fire.
yeah, open fire. It's like the Kylo problem. When open fire kills your leader, you feel awful.
Yeah.
But who plays open fire?
I wish her, a lot of people, I wish her ability was like not the deal combat damage thing, and I wish it was +2 attack.
Yeah.
Because it's weird to be like, this small unit gets the first strike ability.
hmm
Well, so if you surprise strike with her, right? That's an event. She's
Yeah.
then attacking the quick attack, right?
Yeah, basically
Yeah.
first strike. So she's for 7, which is good. My thing with this is that the condition that event has to be played like on the leader side like makes it super weak. Like you have to play an event and then then your next action you can tap it to do an extra 1 with another unit. I feel like you're not going to be hitting that early game. And
She's a separatist.
yeah,
Gotta be, yeah.
Fifth separatist.
Yeah.
I feel like you're not hitting that early game, and being a 4 resource leader feels like you want to play early game, and you're kind of missing that.
She's a 3/4 body on turn 2. No, turn 3 for
Turn 3.
villains.
Yeah.
I think having her is going to breed new decks.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I think they're going to be good because, like, I mean, she's going to be easy to kill. I mean, Sabine's pretty easy to kill. The 5 HP is kind of tough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, 5 is like so much better because like the amount of cards that kill you is so much less.
Mhm.
I think she's going to, like, I think her leader ability happening not all the time, kind of sucks. But when the line happens and that quick effect or the quick attack effect happens, and you gain tempo on turn 3, like I think she's huge. I think she's gonna be great. She's the showcase I'm hoping for. Either her or I don't know, Django. Maybe not Django, but.
The other thing that kind of is awkward about her, doesn't really have anything to do with like her specifically, but like villainy aggro is a lot kind of harder to do than hero aggro.
True.
Sure.
Yeah.
Except that that separatist droid is pretty good.
Yeah. I think
It's like
I think
a 2-drop 2/3, and if you have a separatist, it gets raid 1, so it's a 3/3, and you can play all the zero cost exhaust things.
You could.
But then it's just like you gotta play a lot of cards. Like you won't have a hand.
I mean, there's some zeros. There's some new 0-drop cards.
Yeah,
Either
but it's-
exhaust something or play a droid or two. And I think,
like I was saying, this you play the 0-drops, but then it's like
yeah, you're like drawing cards now. And,
one card in my hand.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah, you could.
you'll be playing a lot of cards, so that's good. Playing more cards normally wins you games in card games.
Yep.
So
Yeah, but if that.
I'm excited for Sneak Attack, Ruthless Raider, Sauce Ventress deck. That's it's gonna be crazy. Just allowing for a leader to come out on that turn for those colors, like it's a deal, and it might be a big one. I don't know.
okay, so where do you think this goes?
I voted S, but
Ace.
it'll probably be A tier. Yeah.
I'd give it a.
Yeah.
A+ tier.
Do you think it's better than Obi-Wan?
I think it's better than the other 3, but I'm just
I don't know.
also biased towards round 4 or 4 resource heroes. Automatic bias, like except Orlando.
I thought we had one more. But, okay, Count Dookie.
Oh yeah.
So he's green villain. His action is you tap him to play a separatist card from your hand, and it gains exploit 1.
Huge.
He comes out on 7 for free. He comes out on 7. He's a Force Separatist Sith. He's a 5/9. He has Overwhelm, and on attack, the next Separatist card you play gains exploit 3.
Gains exploit 3?
Yeah.
Yep. And it's a Separatist card.
Wow.
So there are Separatist events. The Red Legendary is a Separatist card.
Wow.
Oh wait, hold on. That readies him, right?
Whoa.
That readies him, right? You can play that card for free then.
Yeah, you could.
Well, you're sacking guys, and if you're playing Dookie, you gotta keep it clean.
You're playing guys that when they get sacked, they summon more guys. So you have those guys to sack to then ready. Oh yeah. Dooku might also be S tier.
I think he might be S tier.
I think he might be
Really powerful.
there are a lot of like so many good Separatists that have exploit already, and then you look at it and you're like, if I play this in Dooku, it costs 2 less than what it actually costs. Like,
Yeah, it's just crazy.
one of the ships that got revealed today, it is a blue villain ship. It costs 5. It's a 3/5 Separatist droid vehicle, blah blah blah. It has grit, and when played, defeat an enemy unit with 2 or less remaining HP. But it costs 5. So if you play it in Dooku, you can play a 3/5 in space on turn 2, which is the only 3/5 in space that exists in the game right now.
Nutty.
On turn 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's like so many cards that you can play in Dooku where like you play the guy, and then if they kill it, you still make a droid, so you can still sack it, like
Yes,
to play that card.
in ground still. So
Yeah,
that's a good way. Like, you also got the space options, and that's what Sabine and Boba have. They have options in both.
yeah. He's just kind of scary the first couple turns, especially against aggro, because you're just like playing these little weenies that like can turn into bigger weenies, but like then that guy like is tapped for that turn, so
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it's gonna be crazy. I think like playing overstated cards is really good in this game, and you can play a bunch of overstated cards in this deck.
Yeah. He S tier.
Yeah,
Yes,
for sure. Actually, S tier.
Stick him in there. Put him in there and
You're
be
gonna call him
about it.
Gonna call him the conductor because he's playing all these trades.
Yeah. I'm gonna have the Thomas the Train bass remix on my phone with the timely intervention, the 8/8 tank on turn 4. Turn. All right, General Grievous. You're shorter than I expected. So he's a yellow villain leader. His action is free. You tap, give a droid unit sentinel for this phase. Comes out on 6. He's a 4/8 on 6. Separatist official. On attack, you may give a droid unit +1 and sentinel for this phase.
+1 attack or?
+1 attack. Yeah, it's not great.
I don't think he's good enough.
I think I think he's just like kind of too slow and weird. Like he's like the Chewie, right? You're tapping to give something sentinel. But his leader ability is like on attack, which is really weird. Like, so you have to take an action to attack with him and then give something sentinel. Where like
timing is awkward, which doesn't make it great.
Yeah, timing is out.
Right?
He's not a droid, so no.
Yeah.
The only thing that is good is his Magna Guard from the structure deck. I do think is pretty good. So like you have to play green, but I mean, why wouldn't you? Green villain, because it's the 4/4 for 4, and if it's attacked, you create a droid token. So you just like can keep giving him sentinel, but like that's pretty fragile. They can just kill it. Yeah, I wish he was better. I bet you his showcase is gonna be freaking awesome.
Yeah, freaking awesome. He's gonna get the hunter treatment.
It's gonna be the 4.
Oh yeah.
All like looking.
Yeah. All right. What do we think?
I would put him in
Probably a
D tier or C tier.
I think I feel like I'd probably put him in D because like a lot of other decks kind of do what he wants to do better.
Yeah.
All right, Django Fett. Django is yellow villain.
Okay, good.
His leader ability is when a friendly unit deals damage to an enemy unit, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, exhaust the enemy unit. He comes out on 5. He's a 3/7, so he's not even as good as his son. And when a friendly unit deals damage to an enemy unit, you may exhaust that unit. He's an underworld bounty hunter. I just look at this.
What colors are you?
Yellow villain.
Yeah.
I just look at this and go, why wouldn't I play Boba Fett?
Yeah. Why don't I just play on?
I can see some things happening, like where the heavy when he dies, you deal damage to all units, and I could see like that tapping down the entire enemy board. But
I feel like he's like the tempo deck. Like you just play like ping abilities, and then you're just
to get
damage
down. Yeah. Maybe in blue with the Phantom or the Shore Trooper, which is the one that deals 2 damage to itself to deal 2 damage to someone else.
Oh, Death Trooper.
Yeah, you do that, and that just taps him down. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's sleeping. Like, I think he's sleeping. On the cover, Django doesn't look that great, but I think, in a way, like, it's gonna get annoying. Somebody behind that
Go crazy with that.
yeah, just tap everything. Just a little
That,
damage there.
yeah, just one to everything. That and like strike true also like
Right.
makes that happen.
Flamethrower.
Yeah, flamethrower is huge.
Flamethrower, yeah.
That keeps
I
it in the colors that I'd want to run it with red, I think, or
Yeah.
I don't know. It could be run a lot of ways.
Yeah, I
He's
think
cool.
there's just someone's gonna do something with him. He's like,
Yeah, for sure.
something's gonna pop up and it's gonna be like super annoying. Where like all your guys are just always exhausted.
Or his tags, just bounty hunter.
Bounty Hunter Underworld.
Yeah, no Mandalorian.
Stinky.
Yeah, you gotta get creative on
C?
follow up.
Yeah, I think it's C. He's almost D, but it just like there's something there that's like
Yeah, someone. There's
It could have a combo.
it could
Yeah.
be scary.
Yeah.
Grievous, we know for sure is
Han
just
deck, like the yellow Han.
yeah. All right, Mace Windu.
Moments before.
He
Is.
Yeah, he is a red hero. His leader ability is you pay 1 and tap him, deal 1 damage to a damaged enemy unit. Then, if it has 5 or more damage on it, deal 1 damage to it. He flips on 7. He's a 5/8. And when deployed, you deal 2 damage to each damaged enemy unit.
I actually like him. I think that 1 damage ping on Vader comes in handy quite a bit, and I mean it does have to be on a damaged unit, but
Yeah.
I feel like the 1 damage from Vader, like it's normally finishing them off anyways, and it allowing it to be 2 damage on an even bigger unit is still nice. And when he comes out, he could board wipe. Comes out on 7. I don't know. I think he's pretty good. Better stats than Obi-Wan, right? 4/8.
Yeah, but he comes out a turn later.
Yeah. The turn later could be an issue.
Right. And no Sentinel.
Yeah, the brutal thing is like the damage thing, because Vader like paid 1 and you could kill a wing leader or a Greedo,
Right.
because like they can't have more damage on it than that. So you kind of get out of like the 1 HP guys, but who's playing 1 HP guys? Not a lot of decks.
Yeah,
Yeah, Troy.
yeah. A lot of the Vader value is also being able to ping a shield off, which is not. Like you can have a damaged unit with a shield, but not as common. So you're not going to be able to hit that as well,
Has the same stats as Vader and comes out on
which is
7.
great. Which is great.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah.
His lightsaber is really good.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's S tier because he allows for pot of greed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pay 2 to get +2/+2 and draw 2 cards.
2 cards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good card.
He
Too.
like allows for
You could see some stuff happen.
yeah. You could like allows for trade ups, which is good. Like you attack like your guy into him, and then you pay the 1 to finish him off. Like stuff like that. The only thing that's brutal is that it costs 1, so it's like
Yeah,
sometimes that puts you behind curve, and you're playing a leader that comes out
To do that?
later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think
Or makes it tough.
he tier, I think. There's no way
What-
he's gonna be.
What'd you say, Brent?
I think he's a B tier. That's what I think. Like
yeah.
I was
I think
gonna
he's
put him in,
maximum.
I was gonna put him in C.
Okay.
Yeah, I was saying he's rocking C. There could be something there, but there's a lot of inherent drawbacks.
Toss him in.
All right, Darth Maul.
Oh, he's back.
Kenobi.
He might
He's
be
back.
This guy,
but
we
he's
love
back.
this guy.
All right.
Are we gonna make an F tier?
Oh, wait a minute. He's a red villain. His action is pay 1, or it doesn't cost anything. So his action is just attack with a unit. It gains overwhelm. And he comes out on 6. He's a 6/6 overwhelm. And each other friendly unit gains overwhelm. He is Force Underworld.
It's pretty spooky.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's tap, attack with a unit,
This is
give it
where-
overwhelm, or is it tap, give a unit overwhelm?
A tap.
It is
Attack and overwhelm.
attack with a unit and give it overwhelm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's busted. That's pretty spooky on just
Yeah.
an ability.
That's scary.
Yeah,
Always
we're,
puts in damage.
This guy.
you're pairing this with ambush and late game guys.
Yeah, like time,
Yeah.
ECL, Piet, all giving
Mhm.
ambush and then also overwhelm happening. But he dies to OB Boba Fett.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
it's
flip
true.
turn is gonna be booty because of that.
He comes
So
on a
you
turn
have to
afterwards.
play him after or like around that.
I mean,
Well,
you're
I'm
probably
just
playing
thinking-
green.
His leader ability
You got
on
agree.
the
Sorry.
choo-choo train, the 8 cost on turn 2, whatever. If you're dealing with overwhelm 8/8 early on in the game, like you're behind.
Yeah.
If you're like, because you want to attack into base with the 8/8, right? But if you
Yeah.
give it overwhelm and you're just trading with whatever they have and dealing the
Yeah.
damage over, like you're
That is.
sitting pretty.
Yeah.
I think,
I
we
think
lost
I
Alex.
think he's crazy. I think he's good. He's an A or S.
I think he's really good.
I think he's an.
I kind of want to put him in S and just see like how that feels into the like game, you know?
Yeah. I think there's going to be a really good, solid, consistent deck with it because of how you can guarantee
Alex.
a lot of stuff.
And then
A Newt Gunray.
Oh, I kind of like him. I'm not gonna lie. I have high hopes for that leader.
And it's funny that he's up next.
Yeah.
is he up next?
He's up next.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. All right, let's talk about him. Newt Gunray.
Alex is back.
Yeah.
Newt Gunray.
In audio.
Hello, Alex. Audio.
Hello.
Right?
We could just put his picture over it.
Yeah, I was going to put
All right.
a Wookiee foot there.
So he's a blue villain. His action is to tap him. If 2 or more friendly units were defeated this phase, create a battle droid token. And his
3 legs.
he comes out on 6. He's a 2/8 on attack. Create a battle droid token.
Yeah, so you're just
It's good.
I think he's going to be like the pre-release champion if you don't get Dooku.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, if you know. Is he a red or is he common? He's also a common.
Yeah. Like, I think
Yeah, I can see him in-
is going to be the way for pre-release. That's just what I think. That's my speculation.
Always is the way.
They're both just like doing the same thing but in a different way. And most of them, there's only like 2 of them that like you want to give exploit early with Dooku. But like one of them is super, super important, which is the Kraken. So that's the only thing is you can't do that with Newt.
I think Newt just is gonna help in that the choo-choo deck with what's its name? Gore, the legendary,
Yeah.
the exploit. Like the exploit deck, I think is gonna be more this guy than Dooku. Like, I mean, Dooku's definitely exploiting things, but I think he's going to allow you to have bodies on the field almost always. You know, there's going to be like multiple exploit decks, I think, for sure. And I'm excited for him. I'm excited for his deck and being able to almost always have something out there.
Man, if
he's
it was
gonna be good.
1 unit,
He's a 2/8,
he's a 2/8.
so he lives. He lives.
He lives.
Yeah.
But not with Boba armor.
No, Bulba Armory.
Then it's AIDS.
Prevent the Boba from happening.
He also comes out a turn after Boba, and like,
So, like, how will you?
you're not looking at him for being a leader. You're looking at his tapping ability, his leader ability for sure.
Yeah. On attack is good though too, just to make it a droid.
Oh yeah, dude, and like it'll
can
probably
keep
end up
fighting him.
happening. Oh yeah.
Whoa.
That's pretty good. And he can be chosen for that legendary as well. They exploit to ready him. Like, you can attack with him and then ready him again and then attack again. Yeah, I think he's going to be good. I think he, like, I don't know. I'm very comfortable in putting him in A tier. I don't know how you guys feel, but...
Yeah, I think he's just going to be like another clone deck. I don't know if it's going to be the best clone deck. But, you know...
No, he'd be droid. He'd be droid.
Yeah, it's droid deck.
Yeah,
Brent.
yeah.
Droids.
I'll edit that.
They have one less.
They get the 2-drop, which is make 2 droids, which is really good.
It's super good.
Yeah, no, I think it's... And, like, there's the guys that when they die, they create a token.
There's a
Yeah, there's
So, like-
two. There's 2 of them. The turn one plays. There's a green villain and a blue villain one, and they both, when they die, they make a token.
And yeah, I just see it. I see it going burr, like burr, taking turns. Just, oh yeah, I exploit this and I get all these tokens, and then I get another token, then I exploit those, and then I do this, and then it's gonna be Yukio, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Link something with these tokens. I feel like I'd put him in B, just because I don't know if he's better than these guys.
Tossman?
Yeah, you're leaning on his ability rather than him as a leader.
Okay, he's going there. There's no order for this. Okay.
Cody's gonna get pissed. Leave him.
Oh, because Anakin.
I shouldn't have said anything. Whoops. Yeah.
All right. Stinky Padme Poopy Stink.
Padme, Poopy Snake.
Okay, so she's green hero, which is like the worst, like, trait color combination
be.
for a leader to have. And so hers is coordinate, action, pay 1. So first of all, you have to have 3 cards, 3 units, and then you have to pay 1. And it's search the top 3 cards of your deck for a public card, reveal it, and draw it. She comes out on 5. She's a 2/7 with restore 1. Her coordinate, she also has coordinate on attack, search the top 3 cards of your deck for a public card, reveal it, and draw it.
She lives.
I don't really think there's much
She
to talk about
survives.
here.
An overwhelming Boba.
It's true.
Yeah, but this is the one that you're not going to target with Boba's overwhelming.
Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, well,
Yeah, you can
right.
you can have her. That's fine.
Yeah. Like so many conditions need to be met. Like,
And imagine you don't hit the Republic card.
yeah. Oh gosh. Because what is?
Yeah.
And you pay.
It's 3 cards. It's
3 cards. You pay. You get the coordinate out. You're like, yeah. You pay your resource. You're like, yeah, and you can't.
Yeah.
Feels bad. Put her in D.
Yeah.
Put her in D. Let's move on.
She might be like the worst leader of the set, unfortunately.
By far, in my opinion.
Yeah. All right. Deck flippy switchy thingy.
Brooke.
Palpatine. All right.
That's
So
gonna be.
his hero side, yellow hero, is he starts the game face up on the hero side and let it be known. And then his action is tap. If a friendly heroism unit was defeated this phase, draw a card. Heal 2 damage from your base, and then flip this leader. When you flip him, he's Darth Sidious. And his action is tap. If you played a villain card this phase, create a clone trooper token, deal 2 damage to an enemy base, then flip this leader.
So good.
I feel
I
like,
don't know, man.
in theory, it seems like complicated, but I don't think it's going to be that complicated because, like, your turn 1 play always has to be a heroism card or a mono card. So, like, it's not like you're going to put a bunch of 2-drop villain cards in your deck or turn 1 play villain cards. You're just going to make them the hero ones. And now it's like, what really do you break? Like, what are you breaking with that, being able to play the colors together?
His villain side, you tap to deal 2 damage to a base and create a battle droid
Create a clone.
or a clone trooper. Okay, so he's been stressing me out a little bit because he doesn't have a body. He doesn't have a body to come out and start attacking with and dealing. But if you're able to constantly every turn swap him out, like, that's a clock. That's a clock that you're winning the race. If you're constantly every turn being able to flip him, because you're healing 2 and then you're dealing 2. And you're also drawing a card and you're also summoning a creature. So if you're able to get that system down,
It's a
like
lot. It's a lot.
And
you could, yeah. But he doesn't have any legs. He doesn't have a body. He doesn't. I don't know. I think he's in with the A, or not the A, the B.
it is like, so the hero side, your guy has to die. The villain side, you just have to play a villain card. So the villain side flipping to the hero side is much more achievable. And then, like, your clone trooper token is the thing that you can kill.
Yeah,
Imagine
that's
only
kind of
having
like
hero cards though in your hand when you're.
Oh, it's gonna happen. Like bricks.
And then
This is
you
brick
can't
city
change
with that
back.
deck.
You can't change back because you need to play a villain card
Yeah.
to switch back.
Yeah,
But you get the
This
best
is,
of both worlds, bro.
this is the monarch deck. It's just
Oh,
brick
gosh.
city. Like,
Yeah.
But you get to
Yeah.
draw. So, like, maybe that'll help your
Right.
ratio go up.
I think he might have an incredible engine within himself, like as a leader. And that's why he isn't allowed to have a body. That's why he's not allowed to join in the fight. Because if he did, he'd be just crazy good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I could see putting him in the bottom. I could see putting him on top. That's why I feel very comfortable sticking him right in the middle.
If
Yeah,
only
I think
this is a
it's a rare.
this depends on who's piloting the deck 100%.
Yeah.
And and how good someone is at creating the deck, because it'll get net decked, like if it works it'll get net decked, but man, that deck is going to be a puzzle.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah,
hard to
I'm like,
figure
I
out,
like
hard
trying to
to
make
play.
it. I'm like, this is too much. I don't want to.
Yeah, it hurts my brain. Like, I don't know.
because you have so much available, and I think that's why it's gonna be the best. Is because you can play
It's almost
amazing things.
yeah.
Brent, you think it's S tier?
I think it can be S tier. And
All right, throw it in S tier. Brent,
I think it could
Brent
be
says-
the ultimate clone droid deck make, because you can play both sides of them at 3. You can play
could be- it
make
could
all the
just go
clones, make all the
crazy.
droids, make all the clones,
You-
make all the droids.
You could or
You just
could like
Villain.
play
all at
the
3.
do both in one turn. Oh, it is also to note that when you tap him and flip him, he is exhausted on the other side, so you can't
so you can't
flip
do
multiple
zero.
times in one turn.
That would be crazy. That would literally turn the
Infinite. There would be an infinite combo. Someone would come up
Yeah.
with it. Like,
Yeah, it's too easy.
Mhm.
Get an infinite combo.
oh, it would be an infinite combo
Yeah.
because you make a clone and then you'd kill it, flip him,
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
If you had what's it, the turtle, that Yugi uses to shoot Dark Magician Girl.
catapult turtle.
Catapult.
If there was a catapult turtle like effect, you could
Yeah.
destroy the clone trooper to then flip him over again, and then you play a card. I don't know. And yeah.
Yeah.
Let's hope that doesn't come in for a few more seconds.
Yeah, no, yeah, let's hope.
I feel like it's almost I feel like you almost just play like your early drops are the only heroism cards, and then you just like your mid to late game is villainy cards, and you basically hope that you get to maintain your engine with just the leader creating the clone troopers to keep flipping.
Like, dude.
Well,
But
so
imagine using there are two of them on a hero underworld card to bring out Cad Bane.
yeah.
All right.
Like, you
That's
can do
kinda
crazy
crazy.
stuff like that. Like, there's
Yeah.
so many.
Oh, man, I'm excited for 'em.
craziness that, but like, you have to
Or you
make
gotta-
lines yourself for now.
Yeah, the lines are gonna be like so like specific.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you may have threes of everything for those lions, and what a
Okay, put him in A. Put him in A tier. Put him in A tier.
Yeah.
Stick him out one more.
It's gonna get someone will make it broken. We don't have to do it. Someone else do it.
It's not our job. We just
Someone
don't.
believe in it more than
That's
us.
that's what I want to do. I want to make a common version that makes that like crazy, because like I have a issue with like I only have like one Vader and one thing. So like I think this is gonna fix my situation because I can use all the stuff that I have. Lots of like
Yeah, maybe.
like imagine like
The
you
leader.
play Millennium Falcon and you also play Lurking TIE Phantom. It's like
Darth Vader in the same deck. Yes.
yeah.
I love it.
All right,
Pretty sick.
Pre-Vizsla. He's red villain. His action is to pay 1 to deal damage to a unit equal to the number of cards you've drawn this phase. This
Outside
doesn't-
of the.
outside of the regroup phase. And then he comes out on 5. He's a 4/6 Mandalorian trooper. If you have 3 or more cards in your hand, he gains Saboteur. If you have 6 or more cards in your hand, he gets +2 attack.
So you just gotta drop
Comes out of
cards.
5, 4, 6. His
Yeah.
leader ability is kind of meh.
It's pretty sticky because like you have to pay to draw the cards and then also have another resource.
To pay to deal it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you lean into the draws, you'll have 8 cards in your hand and 0 on the field.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing. So you won't have any presence, and there's all as we've been talking through this whole thing. Tons of presence everywhere else.
I think it's like really hard to draw more cards than what you're using resources to play in this game.
Yeah. When like drawing outside of the 2 every turn is like not really that good.
Yeah.
Like if it's a part of like another effect, it's like do this and draw 1 card. It's like great, I'll draw a card. But when you're using your resources for cards that are like the pay 3, draw 2 cards, when you're using that, like
Yeah,
That's awful.
you're losing.
Yeah. So if you're paying using mission briefing, you would have to have 4 resources to deal 2 damage to something,
Right.
which is awful.
So I think
Plus then like his leader, like you have to spend 1 card to usually draw 2 cards. So then you're just +1 card in your hand. I think he's kind of poopy stinky.
he's gonna go down and make a Padme sandwich.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Rexy. So
He also goes down to D tier.
he's green hero. His action is you pay 2 to tap him. If a friendly unit attacked this phase, create a clone trooper token. Comes out on 5. He's a 2/6. When he is deployed, you create a clone trooper token, and each friendly trooper unit gets +1.
But
But yeah, each trooper.
pay 2 for a 2/2 is. I don't know.
that's-
It's creating a
With
token.
the condition,
not
it's
like,
not great.
Yeah,
but
I think his leader ability is like pretty bad.
yeah,
I think like him as a leader is like deceptively being slept on. Because like giving all your trooper guys +1 defense.
Is it other or all?
It's other. So everyone other than him.
So he dies to Boba OB.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah. I mean, like you pair this with like Shock T. It's pretty nice with your tokens.
Yeah. Shakti and Yularen. Like it's like the build-a-board deck. Like you have multiple guys that like buff all the guys, and then you just have them.
He is technically the most stats on for a leader at 5, because when he comes out, he brings out the clone trooper, and that's a 2/3.
Yeah.
So he's a leader. You get 4/9 of stats when you play him.
Yeah.
The clone trooper won't be able to attack, so it's not necessarily 4 damage off the rip, but
Right.
those are stats that you don't, shouldn't brush that away. And it's 2 bodies for coordinating stuff. You could go him into Ayla Sakura, right? She's a 5 cost.
Yeah, that's what I've been testing. It is Mono Rex, and with ECL, and you set up the Ayla play. But what's really good about Mono Rex is with command, you can bring him out a turn early on the 4 resource turn.
And that helps him out.
How? With
Command is
You can ramp.
give to experience. Yeah, you give to experience and then you resource. So then it's like you play Rex and you have a buffed guy and you get a clone, and then Ayla is the next turn with ECL. So your coordinate is turned on.
I know where I would put him. I don't want to say trapped. I don't want to say first though.
I think he's trapped in the mono color. Like has to be that like
you think?
realm. Yeah. I think red could work with like the trooper deck, but I think they're just kind of other people that make the trooper deck good.
What is the new yellow base again?
Your leader gets +1 attack.
That's pretty good. And 26 HP.
Yeah, it's 26.
Not the red base. Red base is.
I would put him in B.
Getting a 2/3,
Yeah.
that would be a 5/9. Yeah, that's where I was going to put him.
Yeah,
I was going to put him in there.
I think he's another one of this, like, a lot of these leaders, I think, are very, like, our game plan is very straightforward. Like, this is what we're doing. We're, like, making guys. It's like build a board, basically. And it'll probably be, like, somewhat interruptible. It's one of those leaders where like you slap it down, they're like, oh, okay, I think I know what you're going to be doing this game, so I just need to like stop that from happening.
Yeah.
Because if all of the troopers are gone and you just have Rex, he's just a 2/6, which is like, okay, like I won't be targeting this with Boba's OB. I'll be killing everything else.
Right.
Yeah.
And trading into it. Well,
Yeah.
What another like ambush thing.
Yeah.
I like him. I think he helps with coordinate. I think.
I do think in sealed he might be very good.
Even in Premiere, like
you had that
coming out with an extra body, like allowing to activate those coordinates, and with how much stats his leader flip brings out, like that's a lot of stats.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. Across 2 bodies, like this set is going to be going wide, and Rex is going to help with going wide and then keeping your wideness stay up. The 2 HP to 3 HP is huge. Like all the board wipes are dealing 2 damage. So if you can make your clones be 2/3s instead of 2/2s, like he's gonna, what people side in against the going wide deck, he's gonna stop that.
Does that save you from Bloodsport?
Yes. Bloodsport's steal 2 to ground, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah, so that is actually huge for going wide deck. It takes you out of like the number one counter for the token decks.
Yeah.
Right. I think initially I thought I was going to rate him really low, but after our conversation, I almost want to put him in A. Like, I'm not going to lie.
I personally think he is going to be an A. I've like from the testing that I've done and that Max has been doing with him. He does have a huge weakness though. Is he has no space units. Like we had to put in Bright Hope to the deck because there was just he didn't get any space. So it's like you're going in on ground, which is kind of scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Space is only getting better.
Yeah.
Okay, who's up next?
Oh, Quinlan Voss. So he is a yellow hero. His ability is when you play a unit, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, deal 1 damage to an enemy unit that costs the same as the played unit. He comes out on 5. He's a
It's on same or less? It's the same?
It's the same. He's a 3/7 Force Jedi Republic. When you play a unit on 5, when you play a unit, you may deal 1 damage to an enemy unit that costs the same and or less than the played unit. So when he is a leader, it is the same or less. When he is a unit, it's the same. I would put this guy in S tier if I was putting it somewhere. Because ECLing Ayla Sakura and Plo Koon on 5 resources kills Boba, no matter if you have him out or not.
Yeah, that is kind of big.
I mean, that was how you beat Boba.
You play, so you play yellow green, then you can play the R2 unit, and you can play there are 2 of them, and then you have Ayla and Plo Koon in the deck already.
Oh, yeah. It's a little, I mean, I don't know.
Is that enough to make an S tier now or a A tier? I don't like for this.
I definitely see it. Like, I see what you're saying. All right, stick him in S tier. Put him up there. He's gonna win.
Yes.
He's gonna win tournaments.
All right, we'll put him in S. All right, we're down to our last boy, and it's the best one for last.
I like this guy. I like this guy a lot.
Watambor. So he's green villain. His action is if a friendly unit was defeated this phase, give a unit +2/+2 for this phase. Comes out on 5. He's a 3/6. And on attack, if a friendly unit was defeated this phase, you may give another unit +2/+2 for this phase. I think he'll be really good in sealed.
Yeah. I think
That'll
that
be a
+2/+2
good seal,
is
yeah.
gonna make for big trades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that's like kind of weird about it is like you have to do something, then give the +2, and then wait another action to be able to attack with the +2 guy.
Sure.
Yeah, it's a tap too. His leader ability, so
But it's
like
free.
it is free.
It's just
Yep.
something that has to die.
Yeah.
I mean, like when it in sealed for sure. Like, I mean, when you're duking it out and
Yeah.
all you have to have is like somebody die, especially with all these 1/1 droids we're going to be making, and we're going to be exploiting. I think that being a free extra 2 damage is huge. I think if it didn't give a +2 HP, it would be still really good.
Mm-hmm.
But seeing as it gives the +2 extra HP, it's going to allow for that the lag in the to take your action. You know, when you I choose this guy to gain the attack. It's also gaining HP, so it can maybe survive to deal the damage. Just doing that every turn, dealing an extra 2 damage to the base is like, I don't know. I think he's good. He's going to make for trading. I think we're going to be destroying a lot of units, our own and enemies.
Yeah.
So, wait, so it's 2+2/2 for the turn?
For the turn, yeah.
So, like, it's gonna die anyways, so you might as well exploit it while you still have it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, that could be good. like ultimate value.
And on the turn that he flips, you could kind of give something +4/+4. Like if you make the line work. I mean, that would probably never happen, but
that would be.
But a +4/+4, like even doing that, choosing a droid for his effect. If you have 2 1/1 droids, just choosing a droid. One of them dies, the other one gets the buff. That droid's now dealing 3 damage to something.
Making DJ Laser a 6/5.
Yeah, dude.
It's a super DJ Laser.
I like him. I would put him in with the B-boys.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I could see that because
I could also see him in the C-boys too, but
like if he's figured
he's
out,
a green villain, though.
But
he's a green villain, though.
Green villain's good because then you can splash into whatever other color you need.
Yeah, the only thing is green leader. Like, you don't get ECL with other colors.
Yeah.
That's the tough thing. I think that alone might just put him into C for me.
That seems fair.
That is pretty fair.
It's I feel like green is so tough to be a leader. Like, you gotta have crazy effects.
Just to beat out ECL option.
Yeah, to beat out like having ECL with a different color.
Yeah.
I mean, you have Time Link, so like that's a card, but
for one,
then you need to draw it. Like ECL is just always there. Is he better than Django and Mace?
I think so.
I think he's definitely better than Mace.
Yeah, that's fair.
Is he
feel like you're gonna get
Django?
It comes out on turn 5. Turn 4, sorry.
No, he comes out on 5.
5.
I think purely over the fact that you're gonna hit Wat Tambor's ability more than you are Mace's is what puts him over it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if he goes beat, like if he's better than these guys. He's definitely better than Mace. And I think he probably is just better than Django too.
I think the top of C is probably where he lives.
Yeah, he's like the C champ.
The C champion.
Okay, so that means we got to put Padme at the top of D. She's the D champ, right?
Wait. That means Anakin's got to go down there with her. We got to make a P tier so he can be the P champ. All right. That's all
that's
on
good.
the list.
There is one person, now that I'm looking at this, there is one person that I don't certainly have second thoughts about. Darth Maul. I still think it's free, and giving something Overwhelm for free. Like, I still think he should stay there. I feel like he could move. He could be not as good.
No, he gets to contest the ground and the base at the same time. I think that's pretty good because you're addressing both. And that's like normally has been like the thing. Are you gonna address what's on the board, or are you gonna just go base? At least that's my brain, maybe. Being like 90% of the time. So like being able to just do both. Like, I think it's kind of that could be good.
Free Overwhelm is nice.
Yeah.
Imagine with the legendary too, like
a lot of games are won by having Overwhelm.
It's just hard that he's 6 HP. That's
like
scary.
I'm a little stressed about it
this whole time.
No, I'm like, I want him to have 7 HP.
Yeah.
He was a 4/7 on 6, maybe. I don't know.
5/7 on 6. Is a 5/7
That's my closing thoughts on the.
So Chris would bring them all maybe down 1. Does anyone else think any other changes?
I think maybe Ashoka might be actually lower.
Ashoka.
Nice.
I think, yeah, I like want to believe in Obi-Wan, but I just don't think he's going to be an A tier.
I think that Sentinel's pretty.
He's got a lot of fans.
Sentinel's pretty juicy.
So I feel like people want him to be good too, and that'll be.
I want him to be good.
That's a factor in a lot of like decks because like you then try to make the lines happen.
Yeah.
I think Obi-Wan's got a free leader ability, and instant board presence. Like, in terms of, yeah, I don't know. He comes out on 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you could pair him with the new blue base, which gives your leader 1 more HP. So he'd be a 4/8 Sentinel.
Which is really good.
With a sacrifice of 4 health. It's because it's 26 as well.
I feel like overall you're going to prevent a lot more than 4 damage with that extra health on a leader.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the red base? When you play your leader, you draw a card.
I think that's only for Twin Suns.
Well, what about for the Jedi discard deck? Because you're trying to have more cards in your opponents, and you want to draw that discard. Like maybe you don't have the force throw, but when you play your leader, you're like, oh, got the force throw.
Maybe. Target Town's so good though.
Yeah, we don't stop playing Target Town.
Target Town's just like too good because ECL is too broken.
Yeah.
Is the droid making base green?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a base? What does it do?
When you deploy your leader, you make 2 droid tokens. When you deploy a leader. So in Twin Suns, you can do it twice.
You're never playing that in Palpatine.
I don't think any to explain that. Like, 24 is so scary. Like, 1 more HP less.
Help.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, you're definitely not playing that.
He's never beat him.
That and Rex would be pretty good.
That's what we tried for a little bit, and like Rex would have a crazy flip turn because he makes 3 droids, and the droids get Rex's buff because it's just troopers. It's not heroism troopers. It's just troopers.
Yeah, and that's
so the droids are 1/2s with Rex, and then Shock T does give the droids 1 attack as well because it's just tokens. So the droids become 2/2s if Shakti and Rex are on the board. But having 24 HP is really scary. I know it's like 1 less compared to 25, but like there are a lot of lines that just like add up to 24.
Yeah. Like I mean, there's been a lot of games where there's just a 1 point difference.
Yeah, you're you are playing the lowest health in the game. That's the only 24 HP base.
Not worth.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think in like Newt Gunray, Count Dooku, Twin Suns, it would be pretty fun.
It'd be fun, but
or Wat Tambor.
Like, you have a cap of how much you can heal yourself too, which could be a thing.
Yeah, but it's Twin Suns, so everyone only has 1 copy of each card too. So it's like not as scary.
Yeah,
unless I'm cheating.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
It's not
I got 3 overwhelming barrages in my deck.
Heck yeah.
It's a good tier list. What do you think? How did we start this? We started by saying we're back. Back we are.
And we're back.
We're gone.
And we're gone. Peace out.
We're gone. Thank you very much. Subscribe, yes.
Subscribe, yes. Screw you, both.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Screw you.
Vibes.
Subscribe if you hate boba.
Yes. And also subscribe if you love boba.
So we can make fun of you.
Yeah.
23, it's in plain sight. It's a mirage. It's not a facade. Feel the power of an overwhelming barrage of joy and enjoy the ferocity of Team Garage. It's in plain sight.